Hello everyone, welcome back to another Zero to Hero Wizard video. We have finally hit level 10, so we're going to go ahead and make sure we put the Mana Surge perk on. And now that we can trade, we're going to do things a bit differently. First, we're going to replace our Fireball with Ignite, and you want to go into the Merchant's chat. You can go into the Rogue's Den and filter for a Rondel Dagger here, and you can find a good, decent Rondel Dagger, a green one or something for around 50 gold. You can then also go to the Wizard Tower, filter for a spellbook and get one of those for 50 gold as well. And you can see I just chose some random green spellbook over here. It doesn't really matter what it has on it, we just want that initial magic damage. And we are going to be running the Ignite build, which is a pretty fun build to run. You might die a couple times the first time you use it if you're unfamiliar, but essentially we are going to be going in with just Ignite instead of Fireball and a Rondel Dagger and a spellbook. And this will allow us to just surprise people, rangers and stuff like that. We run up to them and just stab them a couple of times. You can also go ahead and do things like get some leather gloves with agility on them, as well as over here at the tailor you can buy some trousers with agility. Usually I like the strength or the rawhide gloves, but our shop doesn't have any. And you can see that if you were to, for example, go for a Regal Gambison, the armor rating is quite high on them, so it might be worth getting one of those. This one is white, and I don't want to spend the gold, so I probably won't get it. But yeah, and I see my Goblin Merchant has a Ring of Resolve in here. I'm probably just going to gamble and see what we get. And turned out to be pretty bad. So we're just going to go ahead and hop into some games. Alright, we are here in the first game. We will be playing with the Ignite build, and it's pretty fun. One of the main benefits of this build is that you can pretty much swap how you kill mobs and stuff like that, so that you spend less time meditating because you're using a wider variety of spells. For example, we can Ignite here, and let's go ahead and pull these mobs. And we can kill them fairly quickly with just our dagger and our Ignite. Around 4 shots to the head. And that's all it takes. And one thing to note is if you're used to playing rogue, you will attack a lot slower as a wizard with the dagger. That's something that I had to adjust to when I started playing this build, because I used to play a lot of rogue. You will attack a bit slower, so you just want to take that into account when you're kiting things. And we find some strength gloves in here. We prioritize strength because it gives us more HP and physical power, which leads to damage, which is nice because we're essentially all-inning people when we fight them. We're just gonna be running straight up in their face and just trying to kill them before they can kill us, essentially. So all the armor, all the strength, all the damage you can get is really helpful. The one thing that's a bit tricky with this build is in the main room, in the middle where we are, that spider room is a bit hard to clear with just a dagger. Usually if you have Fireball, it's a nice easy clear, but with just a dagger and Ignite, it's not the best. So I usually try to avoid that unless someone else has cleared it. And it looks like there's a dead body here that got killed by a footman. We're going to check out what he had. Doesn't look like he had too much, but he did have some really nice damage boots and gloves for us. That's really amazing. 2 weapon damage, some physical reduction on that, and agility. That's going to help a lot. We're going to switch those out and accidentally invis a skeleton here, but we're just going to go ahead and keep clearing. Doesn't look like we hear anyone around us. We're just gonna start checking rooms. I usually like going down to where the mini library is, and we just see another dead body, and from the kill feed we can see this guy was killed by this very offender, this goblin archer, and we do hear someone on the left. Unfortunately, this guy did not have a nice little supply package, a supply drop for us like the last guy did. But we do hear someone. So the protocol with this build is you want to first protection pot. Then we're going to go ahead and cast Ignite because it lasts longer than Haste. You're going to Haste Invis. Then put your spellbook away so you move faster. And you're just going to run right up to them, get your dagger out, and just start stabbing them in the head a couple times. And there's not much they can really do unless they are also a physical fighter and they just start slapping you. This guy did have a ring with some strength that's going to give us damage, but unfortunately he did not have an upgrade to our Rondell dagger. So, wasn't the most kitted. But we're going to just continue to loot here, and that's really how cool the build plays. I did upload a montage of games of just killing people with Ignite. I ran it on my main account, which has more money to buy some pretty cracked gear, so you should check that out. It's called ignite.exe. Pretty funny video. But you can really get an idea of how easy it is to run people down with this. And one of the other benefits, as you can see here, when you meditate, you are pretty much missing one or two of every single spell, so it is just so quick to meditate and get back into the action. It's a really way more active play style. And we do see a blue portal, but I'm probably going to go down and see if anyone has looted library yet. I usually like being one of the last people alive in the lobby, that way we get as much loot as humanly possible. And the protection shrine is up, and it doesn't look like anyone's killed the mummy here, so this is always a nice thing to grab. We do hear plate boots. I'm gonna get ready. I don't know if he's on the other side here. I did hear a mummy just activate, so he might be there. It looks like library wasn't even cleared, and he is on the other side of the picket fence. So this is kind of rip. We did like aggro a whole bunch of mobs here that we have to now clear. And if that guy rushed us while all these mobs are on us, it would kind of be bad because we don't have as much time to really buff up as much as we would like to. But it doesn't sound like he came here. Everything's still intact. I don't think he ran through the storm. We're just going to kill the last goblin here. I think he's above us. And we're going to kill the last goblin here and probably just loot library for ourselves. Looks pretty clear. We do hear what sounds like a warlock fighting. Probably was fighting that fighter. Someone did just die, Curse of Pain, so we probably have time to meditate here. Alright, I really want to wait for this protection shrine to come back up before we go and try to fight anyone, so we can just go ahead and loot. Protection shrine, if you don't have a protection pot, or even if you do have a protection pot, really useful with this build. You will get like 1 to 2 hit by anyone with decent gear if it's like a barbarian fighter, warlock. So you really want to make sure you have a protection pot on or a shrine. Don't really hear anything. He's probably just upstairs chilling. We can probably get one more meditate in to get our magic missiles back, and then the protection shrine will be up by then. Alright, there we go. Alright, we can start buffing up. I'm going to pop a health pot to displace the HP we're losing from the storm here. We're going to ignite. We're going to haste. And it looks like we just missed him. He just took the portal. He was probably sitting on that for a little bit. That's fine. It looks like he was full on loot, so he wasn't able to take everything. We can just top off with all these people's stuff. A blue Barbuda helmet was pretty bad. Usually these cracked pots, unless they're like white or better, don't sell for much. And we do have actually pretty nice mystic vestments. That'll give us plus one will. And it looks like all the dead bodies here I think we've seen before and we've looted already. So we don't see a portal, but we could probably just run to the secret exit. I think enough people died to the point where nobody probably took it. And if they did, we can always just run back and find a blue. I think there was one downstairs when we dropped, or somewhere around there anyways. But it looks like we do get a portal out. And we were the last one alive. Let's go ahead and sell everything. We got some pretty good stuff. We also got some upgrades. We got an extra ring. We got those gloves and those boots. So already we can see this has already pretty much paid for itself. At this point with this gear now, we are running it for free. We have already paid for the gear and that gamble that we made with the Ring of Resolve almost. And we got some extra equipment, so that was well worth it. We are now in the next game here. I don't particularly like this spawn. It's hard to get into the center of the map, and also you're starting in the basement levels, so it's hard to get up. Lots of like clearing that you have to do, and lots of potential for other people to just rush your spawn. So I usually try to just clear this and get out as fast as possible. We do get some magic damage bonus boots. I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to keep these other boots. Pretty good. We're starting to get enough stuff to like sort of form more sets in our stash. This is really where the build kind of kicks off once you're able to trade and get that first Rondell dagger and stuff. Otherwise, when you're going 0 to hero, I think I hear someone, so I'm just trying to bait the door, but I think they might be upstairs. Yeah, they are probably upstairs. I don't want to push into the green swamp because there are mobs you have to kill in order to even get upstairs, and if the guy just drops down on us, he can one-shot us before we have time to do anything. Checking the center, it looks like we have a mage instead of champion, so if we do need to run through center, we have that. It's a lot easier versus when there is a skeleton champion instead. But I'll probably just take this entrance upstairs instead. And this one is a bit more annoying because we will have to clear like more mobs and stuff, but that's fine. It's really important to try not to get hit while PvEing in this build, because your HP means a lot more than if you're like long range wizard. So HP is super important with this one. Taking a fight at like half HP is almost certain death, depending on which class you're fighting. Nothing really great on any of these guys. That's fine. Looks like we've gotten decently lucky with the circle thus far, but it has just moved quite a bit away. So we're going to probably just go into the center of the map now that we are upstairs. It's a lot easier to control the center, and probably start moving towards the edge. Not a lot of people have died either, so there should be some decent loot, even though we do have a decent amount of loot. And we do hear a barbarian. I think that's the guy that's been killing people with his horseman axe. That could be really dangerous for us because we go right in front of their face and the horseman's axe just attacks so fast. So we probably want to be a bit careful if we do run across that guy. We do hear someone fighting something below us, but it looks like no one's even been in the center because these skeletons are just aggroing it. Oh man, did not see that trap there. Just gonna go ahead and bandage. And we can just get these little stuck on the trap so they take a bit of extra damage, and then magic missiles should be able to clean it up. Actually, I guess we don't really have any loot at all. So we probably do want to kill someone just so we're chilling. Probably going to go down to where the secret exit is. Usually there's at least 1 or 2 people camping it. Although the goblins are alive here, which means probably no one is on this side of the map, or whoever was just died to a mob or something, because the fact that this is all uncleared is really uncommon at this point in time. Okay. Longsword user. This one's going to be a bit tough. Okay, it doesn't sound like he's rushing us. We are going to buff up, run in. Okay, it looks like a warlock. He has Blow of Corruption. We're going to try and kill him before he can hit us a second time. Oh my goodness. Oh! Almost got killed with this goblin. You can see one hit and look at our HP. If we didn't use that bandage, for example, earlier, we would have died. And hopefully he has some health pots. He does. First priority, I'm just going to pop a health pot before I even check his stuff. And a green spellbook and a blue longsword. So no wonder we took that much damage. This guy was kind of geared. Main priority here is just healing up. If someone like runs into us right now, we're almost certainly dead. I'm also gonna open this blue portal just in case someone does rush us. We can just get out really quickly. Gonna wait for my health pot to expire before I drink the other one. Alright, and let us bandage up to get that recoverable HP back. And by the way, guys, let me know when you think like the series is complete. With 0 to Heroes, it's like tough to know like when you've achieved the hero status. I might get to the point where we hit level 15 and we have a bit of gold and we start going and kitted into high rollers and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing that content on this account as opposed to like my main account, which I usually do those things on, let me know. Yeah, but let me know, maybe like 5,000 gold or level 20 or some other milestone could be like a cool thing to do. And I think we might be the last one alive here, honestly. I think we would have heard someone by now, so we're just gonna pretty much loot as much as we can, fill our inventory up. And the secret exit has opened. So we also have that as an escape option. Normally I don't like having a blue portal open at all times like this, because if somebody does come and they are low HP, they can just like steal the portal. And there's not much you can really do about it. They can probably get in before you can kill them if they come from that direction. So at this point, I guess it's all about just like clearing the mobs and getting as much loot as we can before we get out. We have 2 really easy options with the secret exit here. So it's not a big deal if someone comes or anything. And we do find slightly better Mystic Vestments with a bit more armor rating, so we're just going to swap that out. If I had the room, I would probably take those ones, but honestly, you can get the gray ones for like 10 gold or something from the merchant, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, we do find a Rondell Dagger with some will on it. That's going to buff the magic damage when we're using it, so it's also a pretty good roll on the thing. And we have now found pretty much extra boots, extra spellbook, extra Rondell Dagger. Not only have we already like more than paid for itself by the end of this run, but we also have like a little fallback set on as well. And I think that should be it. So we're going to just go on, get out. Probably just going to sell all of these, but you can already see how this sort of spirals. Like we spent like 100 gold in total, and then I guess another 100 gambling on the ring. But all of these runs have essentially paid for itself, and we are getting more and more gear that we can like start keeping. Like we got 2 pretty good boots here, and then obviously the Rondell Dagger and the spellbook. So we made a decent amount on the treasures, and we could probably sell this longsword for around 100 gold or something. But that is pretty much the end of it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, helps so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.